Welcome back, you beautiful people. I'm sure some of you have noticed that we haven't done Kenshi in a little while. So I thought that we would try a nice, quick, light episode series. So this is going to be the Deadhive start. So it's going to be 10 to 12 episodes Iron Man Let's Play. And let's see how much of Kenshi we can wipe out in that time. Welcome to the Blue Tide. So this is our Fog Prince. This is who we are going to be starting this series off with. Now, a nice power that he has is if he goes up and he talks to the other hivers, some of them, when we talk to, they'll join. So we got the Big Boy Fog Hive Praetorians, which is what we're going to make the bulk of our force out of. And can we get this one? That's going to be huge if we can. Let's give it a go. Is that him? Is that... Yeah! Right. So straight up, this is GNU. And thank you for all the support. So... we have GNU into the party, so we have the Noble and GNU. Now, it's going to take a little while before we can recruit any more of the Fogmen. So let me explain how this mechanic works. We have the Deadhive start, and this means that any of our Fogmen that we have, if we talk to another Fogman, there's a chance that we can recruit them straight up. That's only if they have the question marks over them. A couple little caveats to this playthrough is we cannot produce or build anything ourselves, because I don't think that that is quite fitting for a Hiver playthrough. But yeah, there is a lot of Fogmen. We also can't trade with anyone because everyone hates us other than the cannibals and the other Fogmen, so the Fogmen will always run to our aid. But the Fogmen obviously don't have any medikits or food or anything, so we won't get any support from them in that way. That's pretty much it, and it's going to be about a 10-12 episode series. It's going to be fairly short, but Praetorians eat a absolutely crazy amount, which means that we are going to have to head down to round about Stack and in between Oakland's Pride and Skinner's Rome, because there's a bunch of trade caravans that come through this area, and if we can go and like raid those, that's going to be able to get us medical supplies, because obviously we can't buy any of them, we can't build any of them, and a whole bunch of food, and we're going to be able to start getting some gear. With the stats of the Praetorian, very good starting stats. So 54 attack, 44 defense, but obviously that is changed because of his kit that he's wearing. Strength is 45, dexterity is 42, toughness is 51, dodge is 4. He has 300 on chest and 250 on stomach. Okay, this is a lot higher than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was 180 for some reason. Let's check this Praetorian because they have different stats. If I can click it, there we go. Yeah, he's got way more hit points. So we're going to avoid the purple boys. We're going to stick with the blue boys for the moment. Now, around this area, there's going to normally be some starving bandits. We don't need to train too much at the moment, thankfully. And hopefully some animals will show up, because we're going to need to fight them and butcher them. And because I am feeling a little bit smart and cheeky, this doesn't quite count as building because this is camping. We are going to put down a campfire. Actually, we're going to put down a few campfires. And with those campfires, we are going to be able to set people to cook and then to butcher animals. So any animals that get killed off by the other Fogmen will then get chopped up and brought back to here. And I think this episode, the plan, is we are going to head down and we have to hit Mongrel. For no other better reason then, let's just take Mongrel out. It's the nearest town to us, and we're going to be able to get prosthetics because we're going to need prosthetics. So if we go onto the old options and we go gameplay, dismemberment is frequent, and then squad size multiplier is by 2, global population is by 3. So we are going to be having some big old battles in this. We are going to need a lot of Fogmen to do this. I think it's every 6 in-game hours you can recruit another one. Now, yeah, so Deadhive Overrun counts as its own town, which is kind of cool. That's not a problem. We can work with that. And there, I don't think there is anything really in here. Well, Mercenary Club, Flesh Saw, Flesh Cleaver, that's a green. Alright, GNU mate, you're up. You can have those two. See if they're going to serve you any good. I guess I'm just going to have to put this on 3 times speed and hope I can start recruiting a couple more of the old blue boys. And it looks like we're going to be able to get one more, so this guy here. That's going to be pretty awesome. Okay, so this one is going to be So, hit bag. After another request. So we are going to need a whole bunch of names for this episode because we are going to have so many fogmen. It is going to be insane. I think we're going to try to max out at 250, or is it 255? Does it really matter? No, because as soon as you're past 30, you're pretty much unstoppable anyway. And down here we have a little scrap going on. And who is fighting who? Okay, we've got some starving bandits, and we've also got some Shekin. Now this is going to be quite useful, because these guys will end up getting knocked out eventually. Not because the fogmen are any good, they're absolute garbage, but there is just going to be so much going on that they will eventually get knocked down. And when they get knocked down, what the fog boys like to do is they attach them to these stakes over here and then just go nom nom nom. And when I mean nom nom nom, I mean literally they just nom on them until they die. But then also their arms and their legs fall off. So we can go and harvest that. And being the Deadhive, we can eat body parts. So Sir Hitbag is going to be on his way over. Gnu's going to start heading over. We're going to keep the noble back towards the Deadhive overrun, because I think we'll put it in that if he dies, it is game at that point. And also, let's see if I can click the right thing. That'd be fantastic. So Hitbag, let's get you some big beastie weapons. So first aid kit. That's pretty massive. Yeah, the texture's off, so we can't wear the shirt, but we have got some pants now. And how good's this? So 003 cutting, and then 036 versus, yeah, no, ours is way better. That does have better armor penetration, but our bone polearm, yeah, no, our bone polearm is basically better in every way, and that thing is not going to be worth picking up to sell. So we have our first bit of armor. And there's actually quite a few Shek around here, that's kind of cool. We got some nomads, and nomads normally have animals, and animals we can butcher and we can eat. So, Gnu's hit bag, get stuck in, son. We are going to need as much practice as we can. Are we going to be able to take this Shek? We should be able to. Anyway, if we get hit, doesn't matter. We're fairly tough. We're just going to have to keep this up. There's a nice little scrap going on. There's quite a few things around. And as long as he doesn't get a cleave off, we should be fine. Against nomads, we're going to be really well. And we need that Shek taken out, because that Shek has a bionic arm. And that bionic arm is going to be huge. And it looks like an industrial lifter. But, might have misread this situation. It is time to go. What is that? Sadistic Fogman. That is new. That's really cool, I like that. Okay, let the other guys go in, and then we will support behind. And he's got the arm, so we want to... We'll take this guy out because he's coming for us. Those other Praetorians are getting some nice cleaves off. And there's a whole group of them now. Let's keep going. Gnu, pick this up, take the limb, steal the arm. So that's a standard arm, which is a decent bit of kit. I'm pretty sure I've already said that, but yeah. I would say we could sell it, but we can't sell it. And if we press this, no, nobody's lost any limbs yet. Once those fogmen start losing limbs, we're going to start taking them. And our Praetorians seem to be holding up alright. And these are the animals I was talking about. Once these animals come in and we can take them down, woo! That is going to be a whole bunch of food for us. And maybe it's only the noble that can recruit. No, I just think time hasn't passed. If we could get all of these to follow us, that would be so good. Okay, so there's a break in the action. Let's get on to that Garu. We'll take the robotics kits. They're going to be pretty important. And all of these ration kits are going to be huge. And there's no point trying to take anything that we can't sell. And do any of these nomads have backpacks? Because that would be pretty useful for us, because the more backpacks we have, we can actually stack items, because right now we can't. But we will take all of this meat in the meantime. And there's another medikit and some more ration packs and some food cubes. Right, we just missed a load on that. Cool. Set a hit bag. Check this out. Got an extra medikit. 2 new medikits and then a bunch of new meat as well. And we'll take the roux out of the Praetorians as well. We can't sell it, but if they get knocked unconscious and someone takes them prisoner and takes it out of them, they die. And we'll set you to medic and you to medic as well. Wow, okay, just randomly come back into the fight, why don't you? I mean, I think this is going pretty well for a first episode. And still no arms. Oh no, maybe there are. I've been pressing control instead of alt. I'm particularly clever today, it would appear. And this guy, what's he? He looks like a 100 Guardian or something. Yeah, 100 Guardian, and he also has a prosthetic arm. If we can take him down, he's going to have decent armor. Not amazing armor, but it's going to be pretty decent. And also no, his club's not very good either. And we can recruit again. So let's just keep an eye out for some more Praetorians. And that's it. We just start growing the horde. Then once we have a nice big horde, we go and we take out Mongol. Not sure why we're taking the cash, we can't use it. And that's some high grade armour. And that's some more high grade stuff as well. And more medical supplies. Awesome. So hit bag. High grade industrial lifter arm. That is really, really good. And take those back. Awesome. Yeah, looks decent. No one over here has a backpack. So I think maybe we head up towards Mongrel already and see if we can't start baiting some of the guards out, because some of the ninja guards have like backpacks on them, and obviously if they've got the backpacks, then we can go take them as well. Okay, one more. Let's go to other Praetorian. And you are Warhound. That's 3 Praetorians. And let's get you geared up. You can have some leg plates. You don't need that. You do need a medikit. Go off to one of these animals, see what's on it. If we left anything, you can take the meat off them. Kill this little nomad. I don't think he's going to have too much. We can't wear helmets, we can't really wear shirts. And those pants, when they're high level, are actually like really good because they give you a whole bunch of like buffs. But at the moment our guys aren't good enough to really get much from having those buffs. But we'd get more from actually wearing some armour. If I could stop saying actually, that would be fantastic as well. There's a food cube for you. And I'm sure... Oh, that's cool. Fogman with some armour that might actually be worth wearing. That's kind of different. Right, so there was only one pack animal that really had anything on it. But that's still a massive thing at the start of the game for us. We've got medical supplies, we've got food, semi-armoured, and not much in the way of skills, but we've probably got some. We will need one-handed weapons because Gnu's right arm is already mashed up. Not an issue. Yet again, more Praetorians. So this one is Hammerhead, which is actually a really fitting name for one of these just from the shape of their snout. They'll be coming over. He's on medic as well. So all of our guys are now on medic. And I think what we'll do is we'll open the noble's like inventory and we'll just give him 2 ration packs, and he's got 2 health kits as well, so he's going to be fine. And we just go and we drop him into the middle of the town. I don't think anything around here is going to take the town out anytime soon, so we're going to put him on hold. We're going to go squad, add squad, and then we'll just put him as noble. Drop down into there, and nameless squad, what do we call it? Blue Tide. Done. Did I smell that correctly? I think I did. Let's go cause some problems for some other people. We did see over here a little fight between the Holy Nation and the Shek. It looks like the Holy Nation is doing alright. They probably just came out on numbers, because we do have the 5 times attack slots opening this playthrough, so generally just more numbers beat less numbers. So I've seen like end game bosses get taken down by starving bandits if there's enough of them, because the starving bandits go in, all the attack slots get filled, so they can't really defend themselves and constantly being attacked. And then a lot of the guys that are in the playthroughs now also have crossbows. So yeah, the Bugmaster, easy way to take him down is just with crossbows anyway. But if you have like 30 people punting crossbows at something, yeah, they don't seem to last too long. And that is actually a very, very good huge cleaver. 50 odd damage on some of our guys, that's brutal. Armor's down, so you don't need to worry too much. Hammerhead, nearly 2 damage across the board, that is insane. So 0.7 on cutting and then 1.54 on blunt. That is seriously good bit of kit. We will need like 64 strength to use it properly without any like detriment, but we can work with that. That's going to get his strength up super quick. So you can either basically double the weight of the weapon, and that's the strength you need, or you can times the blunt damage by 0.4 to figure it out. The 0.4 gives you more accurate number, but just doubling the strength is quicker to figure out. It doesn't seem to be 100% accurate. Some weapons there is a little bit of variation on, but if you didn't know, you know now, so it should help you out. So hit bag, you're up, you get the next shirt, so that's high grade. Nice, and this should be better than what we're using. Yeah, considerably. And armor, specialist grade on a Shek. So what we do have, is part of the reason our armor is better, is we have the hard gen mod. So all of the enemies we're fighting are crazy tough and have high, like way better armor. So if you play it right at the start of the game, yeah, you can level up super quick. But it does mean that there's a little bit more longevity in the game, because normally you hit your stats around 70 and you can just walk through most things in this game. With the hard gen mod, that is not a thing. And yet again, another fantastic weapon. Can't recruit anyone just yet, so as we keep saying, so I think it's about time we got there. If we get a mongrel, we hang around the outside. The guards normally come out to attack the fogmen. We knock them down or knock them unconscious and then try to put them on poles, loot them for their kit, because we want backpacks. With those backpacks we can carry more stuff and be able to do more things, and it shouldn't be too long until we can start looking into fighting the Holy Nation proper. And also over here we have a foghound. I'm not sure if they can join us, if we can talk to them and they join, but they're pretty cool. So it sounds like, is it a skin spider or a blood spider is what they're using as the base frame, and then they just put a new skin over it. I think it looks pretty beast. Not too much action going through the foglands so far, but you normally have a lot of action going through the foglands because all the fogmen are attacking you. This time around, these fogmen are our allies, which makes this a very, very easy trick. And with the amount of them there around, once we start getting to mongrel and we're picking the guards apart, they end up getting into mongrel super quick, and they just love kidnapping people, so the guards will just get shredded in virtually no time. Which means that we're going to have access to a bunch of backpacks, bunch of kit, armors, weapons, and there is one person in there that we will be keen to see taken out, and it is the Madacor trader. You can't use his armor, but his armor is actually mental. Some of the best armor in the game, probably the best armor in the game. That's why you can't wear it. But he also has the best sword in the game, which is the Hidden Meitu longsword. But that is something that you can use. As we are just coming up to the front gate of Mongrel at the moment, this area here has virtually no Praetorians in it. The only way to get Praetorians really in this part is you have to put someone on one of the sacrifice poles, which we don't have any down here. So it should be... Right, we don't have many boneyards spawning for some reason, which is a bit of a shame. We'll have to go look, and when we find the boneyards, this is going to be a bit easier. Because you just take the people, you put them on the pole, and then the fogmen will wipe them out. Though we do have some still kicking about. And let's see what these guys are. So we have the Shinobi Guard. Their stats are insane. So they got 80 attack, 72 defense. Yeah, these guys are not messing around. And we got no armor as well, and they got cutting damage. So they have the potential to cause us a lot of problems. I think if we just attack one of them, bait them out, and then take it from there, we should be right. Who's going to be the quickest? Warhound, you are. So go and attack unprovoked. So it's a Shek. Not a massive fan of the weapon he's got, but that's something that we do need. Right, actually there is a whole bunch of guards in here. This is going to be a grind to get through this. But always like a good challenge, so I reckon we're up for it. Attack unprovoked. And another one of those silly fan weapons. Really dislike them. Coming this way. No, running away. All your mates are now coming down. Awesome. The whole idea was we'd fight one because we couldn't take 4 up by ourselves, and now there's 4 of them. So this Shinobi Guard has a ninja blade. That'll be worth taking. He's got a secondary weapon, and so does he. Right. Fighting these guys head up is a silly idea. So let's keep moving back, and then hopefully one of them de-aggros or the Fogmen come in. There we go. Yeah, just basically one-shot the Fogman. Fantastic. Keep going, and then one of them will eventually aggro onto us. Doggo's gone in, and there's just one guy now. Okay, everyone on him, and this should be over fairly quickly. And also, where he's quite a high level, our guys hitting him, they're just going to level up super quick as well. And obviously that's what we're going to need, is everyone just to level up. But yeah, that looks pretty terrifying. You would not want to be that soldier drone. That is that's bad news bears right there. And what's bad news bears? It's all of those guys coming in, so let's run away. That soldier drone has taken a few pretty hard hits. We do have some dogs coming in, and they should... Oh, we don't want that button. Should be able to come around the back and maybe finish this guy off. Possibly. Or they're going to come and help us. Yeah, they're helping us. So, onto the Shinobi Guard here. And yeah, those 5 attack slots, as you can see at the moment, we are just able to surround people, which means a whole bunch of attacks. And if you hit someone and they stagger and someone else is in an attack move as well, they will go down. So first person. So that's Warhound. You get the Ninja Blade and the Ojin Cloves. Decent dexterity, fist protection, bonus melee, perception bonus. Not interested in the pants. We will take the medikits, and we also want that. Decent little haul right there. And focus down the soldier drone. So that'll be 2 of their guards out. And worst case scenario, they come in and they don't have weapons. I don't think their martial arts is 25. Their dodge is pretty rubbish though, so good silver lining there. Hammerhead, you get another one. Oh, and he was also a hiver, so he had the vest as well. So we got some armour, some extra armour from that. Put that into your secondary, and you now have medical supplies, and get rid of that re. And hit that guy whilst they're down. 44, not a bad hit. Block both of those. You going to get anything else out? Yep. Sweet. Soldier drone up here. That's the guy we were fighting earlier. Bit of a tank, but will go down eventually. Okay, Mongrel's now hostile towards us. I thought they would have been hostile anyway. So yeah, it turns out maybe we could have traded, but then again, that's not in the spirit of the playthrough. So, cool. One more guy here. Let's take him out. Hammerhead, come on up. I definitely think we are going to need to get them different armors, because otherwise I am not going to tell anyone apart. Decent little weapon there. Still from me. Yeah, we are. And now you're going to die. jumped back to the noble to see if there'd be any fogmen about, but there doesn't seem to be all that many of them, unfortunately. There's one round there, there's a couple down there. Literally no fogmen. We'll put the noble back and we'll go back to the Blue Tide. They're all fed, they seem to be in decent health. There is a fight going on along here, so that's the doggos still going. They're doing pretty good. Maybe we can take a couple more of the shinobis out and get some. Well, we got decent enough kit. So what we do, we go Hammerhead and GNU onto that one, and Sir Hitbag and Warhound onto them. And I reckon that will be enough to take them. Okay, Oro one on him. Yeah, thankfully it's also night time, so guards don't aggro quite as far. Now that could just be coincidence, but generally that's what it seems, is guards don't go out looking as far when it gets dark. I guess it makes sense, they can't see you. Okay, can wear the chainmail shirt. How bad does that look? Yeah, can hardly notice it. That is fine. I appreciate the extra armour. There's 2 down. We've still got 2 dogs. So we've taken 6 of these guards out and literally made no difference to the front gate. We have finally found a extra Praetorian with the noble, but we can't recruit this one at the moment. We can recruit other hive men, but not that one, which is a bit of a shame because we need all of the Praetorians we can get, otherwise this is not going to work. Talking about the Praetorians, probably should check that they're not getting caved in by the guards, because we start losing them this early on. Yeah, they're getting caved in by the guards. Okay, pull back. The further away we get from the town, the better we are going to be. It doesn't really matter if we get captured, so long as nobody has their roux. No one has roux. Fine. Is there anything that's going to be able to save us in this area? Nope. And is everyone running at the same speed? Yes. Do we change that? Yes. Okay, we might be able to loot, like bait them onto the dog. Dog might be able to take up a couple of them. But there is a lot more guards there. I mean, good toughness training. That's for sure. We've got another fogman along here. You gonna help us? Yep, and that is some of the fogmen. We've got more fogmen here. But those fogmen are basically just getting one hit by those guards. Those guards were ridiculous. Actually mental. Right. Okay, this is cool. Are they bounty outlaws? Yeah, buddy. So bounty outlaws have really good kit on them. So I think we get everyone. We come in, we heal up. And then we are just going to go around, wipe out the bounty outlaws, take their kit because they've got good medical supplies, good weapons, good armour. I don't think any of them have backpacks, it doesn't look like, which is a shame, but we're still going to be able to upgrade some of the kit. Is anyone on full health yet? Okay, Hammerhead, you're with me, you over here. So we've got a katana there that does 1.4 cutting damage, and on a katana that is pretty decent. We're not interested in the pants. Long coat. We got better armor then. We'll take your medikit and we'll get rid of that god awful fan weapon. It just looks so bad. Even though I really like the weapons dissemination mod, dismemberment mod. It's a super good mod. It's just I'm not a fan of the fans. Fanception? Is it at that point? Probably not. Okay, now this is not ideal. It was the game crashed, the recording crashed. It was an Iron Man playthrough, so we've lost all the progress, but I still have the recording, so I thought I'd upload it for you guys. What I think we're going to do is we're going to go back, try to get as close to this point as we can again, and then carry on this series. I've been Konzi, and I look forward to catching you on the next one.